What's up, guys? I'm nobody special. Out for a walk on this miserable, rainy December day. Cold and it's wet, but I'm exercising. This is the time of year that we make empty promises to ourselves, isn't it? Like, I'm gonna get in shape now. Or I'm gonna get out of credit card debt now. Oh yeah, this is that video. We're not gonna make any friends with this one, but it's gotta be said. I was sitting here talking to Mrs. Special not too long ago. You know, doing some research, looking for a video idea for today. And she says, why don't you do the credit card video? I said, people don't want to hear the credit card video. It's not going to go over well. No, you have to make the credit card video. You have to do it. So I'm doing the credit card video. A lot of you guys aren't going to want to hear this, but we're going to do it anyway. So before I upset you, I have to ask you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out. Now, this may not apply to all of you, but I guarantee you this applies to some of you that are watching this. It's that conversation about the credit card debt. Because I can't tell you how many people, smart, well-educated, seriously sharp people, are secretly up to their eyeballs in credit card debt. I never understood it. I don't get it, but so many of us do this to ourselves. It's got to stop, and this is a great time to stop it, okay? Because we're all going to make these promises to ourselves over the next few years. Things are going to be different in 2022. It's time to get out of that credit card debt, all right? Now, we got to fit a chart in this video, right? You always have to have a chart. Take a look at this one. This is the St. Louis spread. This is all credit card debt in the United States. You know, when you look at this chart, the first thing you see is, wow, look at that great big drop off in March of 2020. And, you know, that was the cerveza sickness. When that hit, people were locked in their houses. People couldn't go out to restaurants. People couldn't travel. People couldn't shop. And so the spending went down. And then came the stimmy payments and everything else. And people really got out of credit card debt. But you'll notice right about April of this year, we turned a corner, didn't we? And we started piling up those debts again. And now we're almost right back where we started. We're heading right back up. People are starting to pile up those credit card bills again. The whole country's doing it. Now, if you're sitting there saying, oh, if I do this on the side, or I get a side gig, I can make a little bit of extra money, or I'm in line for this promotion and I'll make a little bit of money, stop. That's not how you get out of credit card debt, okay? Your income did not get you into credit card debt. Now, let me put the asterisk next to that, right? There's some folks who lost their jobs and they're unemployed for 6 months and now they're in credit card debt, okay? This video isn't for that, all right? Or if you're taking care of an elderly relative and you have medical expenses that are out of control, all right? I mean, some of you have those extenuating circumstances, all right? And it's understandable if you're in credit card debt in that scenario. But most of you who are in credit card debt are not in credit card debt because of that, all right? And it's not because of your income. You're in credit card debt because of your outgo, not your income. Because you spend too much, all right? You know, we all criticize the government. We've got to cut spending, and oh my goodness, you know, we spend so much money we don't have, and then we go do it ourselves, all right? Now look, the credit card is a instrument of modern day slavery. If you're carrying credit card interest, if you're carrying credit card debt month after month, you are a slave. And worse, you're a slave by choice. Nobody did this to you. They just let you do it to yourself, right? The banks gave you that credit card. They gave you that rope, but you put it around your neck and tied that knot. The bank didn't do that. You did that to yourself. Now look, there are ways you can expedite the process of getting out of debt. And this is where I have to CYMIA here and say I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Your own research, your own DD, arrive at a decision that's right for you. But you can take all your existing credit card debt and you can consolidate it on a new card that has 0% interest on balance transfers. You would look for one that gives you at least 12 months of 0% interest. Some will give you 18 months of 0% interest. That is a no interest loan to get out of credit card debt. Now, some of those cards are going to have a transfer fee of 2 or 3%. All right. Don't go for those. You want to go for one that has 0% interest on transfers for at least 12 months, preferably 18 months, and has a 0% transfer fee. All right. That buys you time. That buys you 12 months, 18 months, whatever, before that interest starts racking up again. So at least you've stopped the bleeding if you do that. But if you don't change your spending, then you're continuing to injure yourself even though you've stopped the bleeding on the wounds you already have. And that's where you have to take yourself seriously, folks. All right. And it's not, when I was talking to Mrs. Special and I was telling her, I was like, look, I'm going to make this video. People are going to get upset with me. I'm going to get comments about people who say, why should I wear raggedy clothes or drive a beat up car when the CEO makes $1 million a year? Right? Nice non sequitur argument you got there. Way to create some villainous third party and project all responsibility for your financial situation onto some nameless villain, right? No, the CEO didn't get you in credit card debt. You did. You did that. So it's time to take yourself seriously, folks. Do you like being a slave? Because if you're carrying $20,000 in credit card debt, you're a slave. You are working for somebody else's benefit. Now, look, this is not to say that all debt is bad, okay? I have debt. But every single debt that I have, the interest I pay on my debt is lower than the rate of inflation, okay? The highest interest that I carry on anything is 4.5%. Every other debt that I have is either 0% or lower than 4.5%. So your goal should be to get all of your debts down below the rate of inflation. Because if you're doing that, you're winning. That means the money you owe is losing value faster than you're paying interest on it, all right? I don't pay banks, banks pay me, all right? I use my credit card for everything. I put every aspect of my existence on a credit card if I can, and then I pay that balance at the end of the month. So I get 1% or 1.5% or 6% if it's certain promotional things. The banks pay me interest, I don't pay them interest. And I make sure that the interest I do pay, the inflation is ticking off faster than the interest is accruing. But if you're carrying credit card debt, if you're paying that 23, 24% credit card interest rate, you're working for the banks. You're not working for you, you're working for them. And, if you're sitting there saying, well, I deserve this. I deserve this nice new suit. Or I deserve this dress. Or these shoes. Or, man, I'm really into that nice car. I don't mind a $600 a month payment. You're justifying irresponsible behavior to yourself, all right? You're not taking yourself seriously. And you're coming up with excuses to make a slave of yourself. So if you're convincing yourself that you deserve that nice outfit, or you deserve that trip that you know you can't afford, all right? You're telling yourself, I deserve to be a slave. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is if you're $20,000 or $30,000 in credit card debt or who knows what, if you're carrying interest on your credit cards and you're on this channel looking for investment ideas, your head is in the wrong place, all right? Because if you find a good stock or if you find a good ETF, you might make 10%, you might make 15%. Be a pretty good trade, right? But if you're paying 24% interest on your credit card debt while you're making that 15% on that good stock, guess what? You're losing money, all right? So I get asked a lot all the time, hey, Jack, what's a good stock I should be in? Or is this a good investment? Or should I buy gold? Or should I buy Bitcoin or real estate? First question I always ask these people is, do you have credit card debt? It's the first question I ask every time. If you have credit card debt, stop. Don't invest. Because you're losing money faster than you're going to earn it in any investment. I guarantee you. The one exception being a 401k match. If you get a 401k match from your employer, then you're making an instant 50 or 100% return on your investment. All right, so that's the one time I'll tell people to invest and carry credit card debt. But other than that, folks, before you buy stocks, before you buy gold, before you buy Bitcoin, real estate, anything, get out of that debt. You are just bleeding to death financially when you carry credit card debt. There's never a better time to do it, all right? It's January. The Christmas presents are all bought. All right, all your big expenses are out. Stop shopping. Stop looking at Amazon. Close the app. Close it. Stop making travel plans that you know you can't afford. Take yourself seriously enough to get out of that credit card debt, folks. So long story short, you can't get out of credit card debt, all right? There's ways you can do it. There's tools that can help you. You can get that card that gives you 0% interest on balance transfers for 18 months and doesn't charge you any fees for the transfer, right? That buys you time, but it is up to you. You need to start exercising self-control. You need to stop justifying expenses that you don't need. You need to take yourself seriously. You need to stop convincing yourself that you deserve this, all right? Because you don't deserve to be a slave. That's more important than that outfit or that trip or that upgrade or whatever that expense is that you're trying to put on the card. You deserve to work for yourself, not for somebody else's benefit, for your own benefit. And that is totally up to you. So start taking yourself seriously. Scrutinize every expense, every single one. You don't need that Starbucks. You don't need that extra trip. You don't need that new shirt, that new pair of pants, all right? Maybe it would be nice to have it, but getting out of credit card debt is more important. And it can be done. You can do this in a short time. I have helped a lot of friends get out of credit card debt over the years. We did that balance transfer. We bought them time. And then we cut back on their spending. We got it under control. And you know what it turns out, guys? All that crap that you're buying for yourself, you eventually realize it's not buying you happiness. It's not making your life any better. And by the time you get out of that credit card debt and you achieve that financial freedom, you might find you don't really want to buy that crap anymore. That you don't really want to go out and spend your money on that crap anymore because it never really got you anywhere to begin with. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me rant. Again, probably some of you didn't want to hear what I had to say today, but it is an important lesson. And I don't want you to feel stupid or anything like that, because I know a lot of very, very intelligent, smart, and otherwise responsible people who have done this to themselves. And it's a very easy thing to do, even for very smart people. It's a very easy trap to fall into, okay? But it's also something that you can recover from. It is a hole that you can climb out of. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to commit to it. And you have to be willing to make a series of small sacrifices over and over again in order to get there. So guys, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out. Until next time, live small, live small. That's an important one. Live small so you can dream big. Later.